The day I stopped being afraid to make mistakes for a long time, Marcus had a secret. He had studied English for 4 years. He could read English articles. He could understand English movies. He could even write simple emails, but he never spoke. Not once. His friends thought he was shy. His teacher thought he needed more practice. But Marcus knew the real reason. He was terrified of making mistakes. Every time he thought about speaking, he imagined people laughing. He imagined the wrong words coming out. He imagined the silence after. So he stayed quiet, and the years kept passing. One afternoon, Marcus was at the airport. He was traveling alone for the first time. His flight was delayed. The announcement was in English. He did not understand everything. He looked around. Everyone else seemed to know what was happening. He saw a woman sitting nearby. She looked calm. She had a small coffee in her hand. Marcus thought about asking her. He practiced the sentence in his head. "Excuse me, do you know what happened to the flight?" He practiced it again and again and again. He never asked. The woman finished her coffee and walked away. Marcus sat alone for 2 more hours, not knowing what was happening, not asking anyone. On the plane, he looked out the window. He felt something heavy in his chest, not embarrassment, something worse. Regret. 3 weeks later, Marcus started a new job. His company had international clients. On his first day, his manager said something unexpected. "Marcus, you will join the call with the London team tomorrow." Marcus felt his heart stop. That night, he could not sleep. He wrote down sentences. He practiced pronunciations. He recorded himself and deleted it immediately. The next morning, the call started. There were 6 people on the screen. All of them spoke English naturally and quickly. Then his manager said, "Marcus, can you introduce yourself?" Marcus opened his mouth. The words came out wrong. He said, "I am work in the marketing" instead of "I work in marketing." He said since 3 months instead of for 3 months. He could hear his own mistakes as they came out. His face felt hot. He wanted the call to end. But then something happened. The woman from London smiled, not a laughing smile, a warm smile. She said, "Nice to meet you, Marcus. Welcome to the team." And the call continued. Nobody mentioned his mistakes. Nobody laughed. Nobody looked uncomfortable. The call ended after 30 minutes. Marcus sat very still. He waited for the feeling of embarrassment to arrive. It never came. Instead, he felt something strange, something he had not expected. Relief. That evening, Marcus opened his notebook. He wrote one question at the top of the page. What was I actually afraid of? He thought about the airport. He thought about the woman with the coffee. He thought about 2 hours of sitting alone. He thought about the London call. He thought about his mistakes. He thought about the woman's smile. Here is what psychologists call it. It is called the spotlight effect. The spotlight effect means we believe other people notice our mistakes much more than they actually do. We feel like a spotlight is shining on us. But other people are not watching that closely. They are thinking about themselves. Marcus had spent 4 years hiding from a spotlight that was never really there. The next week, Marcus joined another call. He made mistakes again. But this time, he noticed something different. He kept talking. He did not stop to correct himself. He did not apologize for his English. He just kept going, and the conversation kept moving. Slowly, something shifted. Not his grammar, not his vocabulary, his relationship with mistakes. He stopped seeing mistakes as evidence that he was failing. He started seeing them as proof that he was trying. 6 months later, Marcus's English was not perfect. He still made errors. He still forgot words sometimes. He still had an accent, but he was no longer silent. He asked questions in meetings. He made small talk with colleagues. He even told a joke once. It did not land perfectly, but he laughed anyway. The mistake Marcus made was not the grammar. It was not the wrong tense. It was not the missing article. The real mistake was the years of silence, because here is what he learned. Nobody is waiting for your English to be perfect. They are just waiting for you to show up. The airport woman never knew he wanted to ask something. The London team remembered his name, not his errors. Language is not a test you pass or fail. It is a door, and the only way through is to open it, even if your hands are shaking. So let me ask you something. Is there a conversation you have been avoiding? A question you have been afraid to ask? A moment you have been waiting for? Until your English is good enough. Marcus waited 4 years. The spotlight was never there. How long are you going to wait?